Hi guys, in this video we are going to talk about what the very best mid-range phone of 2020 is. Now we are going to talk about mid-range phones and not the best phones, because most of these flagship phones we cannot afford. We can admire them from a distance, but statistics show that each year the phones which sell the most units are the mid-range and budget devices. And so for the vast majority of consumers in this world, this video is for you. For me, the best mid-range phone of the year initially would have been the Nova 5T, the Huawei Nova 5T. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know I've made a ton of videos about the Huawei Nova 5T because it had a very beautiful design, a very good form factor, it had a good display, it had a good battery, fast charging, and one of the best processors ever, which was the same processor as the one on the Huawei P30 Pro series. Okay, but then later in the year the Poco X3 NFC was released, and I really can't find any phone which beats the Poco X3 NFC at all. For just about $240, this phone comes with 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs or 128 gigs of storage, also has expandable storage options, has a full HD plus display, has a 5160 milliamperes battery capacity. I can use it to control my TV as a remote, or even my air conditioner, which I haven't yet bought, so that I can stop sweating when I'm making videos. And then also this phone is splash resistant. This phone has dual speakers, it has infrared, like it has everything you could want. It has USB-C, comes with the adapter included in the box, not just any adapter, a 33-watt fast charging adapter, and like all these things. And also comes with Android 10, but even has like a fast refresh rate display, a 120Hz refresh rate display, a very good processor as well, all for about $240. I think it's just crazy. There's no phone in my opinion that can beat it. Let me know what your best mid-range phone of 2020 is in the comments below. And then I also brought together some of my creator friends to also tell us what their best mid-range phones were, because these people have done a lot of reviews. They have really awesome channels, and I'm going to be leaving their links in the description below. Any phone also mentioned will be in the description below so that you can check them out for their full reviews.
What is up guys, Izzi here. Thank you Cyber Reviews for having me on your channel. So my picks for the best mid-range devices of 2020 are actually two devices, the Redmi Note 9X 6GB version and the Samsung Galaxy A51. Now the Redmi Note 9S is a very good device, arguably the best budget device your money can actually buy right now. It has the right price, it has the right specifications, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, 48 megapixel camera, and a good Snapdragon 720G processor with also very good build quality. The Samsung Galaxy A51 on the other hand is a nicely built device. Personally, I feel it has a perfect build. While it's not on Gorilla Glass 5 like the Redmi Note 9S, it's actually on Gorilla Glass 3 on the display and Glassstick on the back. It has a perfect display, a Super AMOLED display, arguably the best display you're going to find on a mid-range device. It also has impressive cameras, it has impressive battery life. It runs on One UI, and it is one of those devices Samsung has scheduled to get 3 years of software updates, that is Android 11, 12, 13. It's currently on Android 10. And the Samsung Galaxy A51 is one of the best-selling devices of this year, actually the best-selling Android device of the first quarter of 2020. These devices, the A51 and Redmi Note 9S, are devices I've used. So those are my picks for the best mid-range devices of the year 2020. Thank you once again for having me on your channel, Cyber Reviews. Peace.
Hi, I'm Delppy from the channel Delppy and Waz. My best mid-range smartphone or mid-ranger is going to be the Samsung Galaxy A51. Now, before you head on to the comments to rant about my opinion, hear me out. The Galaxy A51 packs a lot: performance, battery life, display, and overall speed for charging. Is one thing that I really admire. I mean, the build quality is not top-notch like a flagship device would be, but then it gives you that premium flagship experience you'd want at a very cheaper price. Now, the price might not be cheap, but then it still carries out in the mid-range world, and I believe it's one, or if not one of the best mid-range devices you'd find in 2020. I'm Delppy, and thanks for having me, Cyber.
The best mid-range device of 2020, I think it's a no-brainer. It has to be the Poco X3 NFC. I've used it a couple of times, and what I like about it most is the specs and the value you get for the price. It's really cool. It doesn't look cheap, especially if you go for the blue variant. It has this cool band at the back. And I particularly like the cameras. It has a 64 megapixel main shooter that takes really nice photos. The wide angle is also great. And for video, it has this nice shallow depth of field. I shot a video with it and it's turned out pretty nice. It shoots up to 4K for that price point. That's something. I think it's a really cool device, and overall that will be my best mid-range device for 2020. It's been Hanscom, and thanks for having me, Cyber.
Hello guys, it's Aqua here, and thank you for having me. So my choice for 2020 is going to be the Huawei Nova 5T. Like I mentioned in my full review, this is an adorable beast of a device. It has the Kirin 980 chipset, so when it comes to performance, it's really good. It has a quad camera setup. Its main shooter being a 48 megapixel main shooter. It takes amazing pictures, good colors, good dynamic range, sharpness. And if you're wondering, it still has Google Play services installed, so you're not going to have any issues when it comes to Google Play services, apps, YouTube, Gmail, or anything like that. It still has everything intact. Basically, the reason why I really like this is for its performance. It's good. You can play games so that you can do almost everything you like to do in your everyday usage of your devices. So my choice for 2020 is going to be the Huawei Nova 5T. Thanks for having me.
Hi, this is Kingsley from Tech Overwatch. So the best mid-range phone for me in the year 2020 is the people's choice, and that is the Samsung Galaxy A71. I know some of you will be saying that is not your choice, but the Samsung Galaxy A71 is the people's choice for obvious reasons. Number one, it has the best battery life out there. Now, 4,500 milliamps might not seem like a big deal in the year 2020, but it all depends on how the phone manages the battery, and the Galaxy A71 manages the 4,500 milliamps battery that comes inside it very well. Secondly, the performance is just top notch. Every task you throw at it, it manages it very well. Then finally, the display. This phone has like the best display in the mid-range space right now. A lot of phones have come out in 2020, a lot of mid-range phones that pack all the good specs that the Samsung Galaxy A71 pack, but at the end of the day, they end up coming with a mediocre LCD display or a TFT display, but the Samsung Galaxy A71 is just there. So if you're looking for a good phone to buy right now, the mid-range phone, you can actually check out Amazon. You get very good deals on the Samsung Galaxy A71 right now. Thank you, Cyber Reviews, and I guess we'll see you again.
So my best mid-range smartphone for 2020 is the Poco X3 NFC. The Poco X3 packs a lot. It delivers some insane mid-range specs such as good performance, a good LCD display with 120Hz refresh rates, stereo speakers, decent camera, and lastly, my favorite part, which is a bigger battery capacity. And you get all this at $269, which is quite affordable. The battery can last me a whole day without charging, which is really cool, and I get to enjoy most of my games at high refresh rate settings. So this is why the Poco X3 is the best mid-range device for 2020. I'm Colby, and thanks for having me, Cyber Reviews.
Now, if you're new to my channel, I do mobile phone reviews, mobile app reviews, and I bring to you affordable gadget reviews to help you make an informed decision when you're making your next purchase. So if you like that kind of content, please click on the subscribe button, turn on all notifications so you do not miss any episodes. Thanks, Bebre. But then later in the year, a phone was released that I really couldn't find any competitor to, or any phone which could deliver better value, which is this phone has one of the biggest batteries in any phone that you are going to. For just about 100. Now,